Hi, my name is Ethan Michael Carter, and I wanted to make a little introduction video welcoming you to my YouTube channel, Live More Than You Exist. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of a background about me, just so you know who you're listening to, and a little bit about why I'm here giving advice, and how maybe some of that advice could be useful in your own life as well. So, I was born in England, and I spent most of my life there, but like 8 years ago I moved to Los Angeles and I worked as a screenwriter and script doctor over there for 8 years, and I worked with Marvel, Warner Brothers and a lot of the big studios, and I had a pretty good life there and I was enjoying it until 2015 when I had my first brain aneurysm. Now when that happened, it just, to be honest, it completely rocked my world. 1 minute I was kind of like up here enjoying life, everything was fairly easy to a degree, although earlier in my life I did have a period of homelessness when I was a teen, but I'll come back to that maybe in a later video, and I'll give you some of those experiences. But I went through a lot of hardships, but then I had my first brain aneurysm and completely rocked my world health-wise. And as a result, also my career, which had taken all these years to build up, suddenly crumbled in front of me, because I don't know if many of you know, but like Hollywood is quite a fickle place, and a lot of the studios I was working for and would have normally got regular work with, they ended up deciding, kind of turning their back on me. And so I went through this big battle of it lasted for several years, where I was battling for my health with brain aneurysms. My finances that I'd built up were all draining down because I was paying for medical bills, and I even had 8 near-death experiences during that time alone. I actually had a few more after that as well, and if you're interested in some of my experiences, I actually put them in a book, but I will come back to that at a later date. But yeah, so I'd worked on all these projects, and again, I'll pop the IMDb link in the comments section if anyone wants to look at the stuff I've worked on. But I was working on all these sort of dream projects, and then suddenly I was like a pariah in the city, where at one point I felt like almost a prince. You know, I was doing great, and I was riding this wave, and then suddenly I was being drowned by that same wave. And so that happened for a while, and then eventually I found myself like having to just escape the rat race. So I ended up coming to Bulgaria, of all places, where I met a beautiful woman who I'm now engaged to, and we're expecting our first child. And so life is a lot better now, and I work as an editor and a ghostwriter. But the reason again why I made this channel is because I've got all these different life experiences that I've had and life lessons, and I've been lucky to come across mentors and teachers that have given me invaluable lessons, and I want to share those things so that you guys can maybe garner some experience and take some shortcuts where you don't have to go through the same pain and the same suffering that I did. Okay, so if you have any questions, pop them down in the comments and I'll address them, and remember to hit the subscribe button as well, and smash that like button too. Okay, so until next time, make sure to live more than you exist.